The Lego Fortnite version 30.10 update brings 2 new modes to the game, but why is this upsetting some players? I'm going to share 6 things you need to know about the new Cozy and Expert modes that just arrived in Lego Fortnite. The issue that is upsetting most players with this update is that you have to start a brand new world in Lego Fortnite to choose either of the new game modes. It's not adding new content, but instead adjusting the game settings to make it easier or more difficult, and if you already have a ton of builds in a shared world, starting fresh may not be appealing. The Cozy mode has likely been added to entice new players that are hesitant about the combat in Lego Fortnite, and the Hardcore Expert mode helps to alleviate the boredom of sweaty players who find the fights too easy. So what is Cozy mode? Honestly, from what I can see, the new Cozy mode simply adds one new setting that will make the gameplay milder for cozy gamers: the enemy difficulty setting. All of the other settings that make Lego Fortnite more relaxing, like unlimited stamina, absence of hunger and temperature effects, not losing your inventory, and the invincible farm animals setting that was added in a recent update, these were all there before, and you can still adjust them before starting your world. But changing the difficulty of the enemies is a huge help, as they'll be easier and less bothersome. This is one thing that has always perturbed me about Lego Fortnite. Everywhere you go, there are wolves and skeletons and all sorts of things that just eat away at your health, and you're constantly having to eat and regain that health, and it just becomes an annoyance, not being able to build or chop wood without being attacked. Some spice is nice, but it needed toned down, so having an official Cozy mode that's a blend of survival and sandbox is most welcome in my opinion. Speaking of welcome, Slumber, the little dude with a weird star head, will greet Cozy mode players and provide guidance during the game. This is very similar to how the other game modes begin, but just with a different character. I did notice that the enemies seem to be easier in Cozy mode, but the frequency that I encountered them honestly didn't seem much different. Take a look here. There were 3 wolves on me, and I didn't last long. It's a nice addition, but it is a shame we have to start all over if we want to apply Cozy mode. So we've talked about Cozy mode, but what about Expert mode? It is also known as Hardcore mode and the default Expert mode settings. Most of them can't be changed. Actually, they all can't be changed except for one. There's the new enemy difficulty setting, and it is set to hard. Enemies will also be stronger. There are storm wild enemies, which we'll talk about later. That is turned on. You have hunger, temperature, and stamina to worry about. You drop your inventory when you die. Actually, you lose the game when you die. The power system is on as well. And yeah, player elimination is permanent and can't be changed. Let's talk about the new storm wild creatures. These are basically hardcore enemies that have been infected by the storm. They will damage you more, have more health, and they're faster. There are 19 enemies that can turn into storm wild creatures, and note that both the new storm wild enemies and enemy difficulty settings are available in regular survival and sandbox modes, not just the new Cozy and Expert modes. But what was interesting is my old worlds, I did not see any of these storm wild creatures, so I think it's only for new worlds in Lego Fortnite that you have to worry about them. So, is this permanent elimination in Expert mode really permanent? Well, yes and no. If you die on Expert mode, you are completely done with the world, though your key holders can still have access unless you have deleted the world. But there is a Totem of Return, which you can unlock by adding Storm Core from the Storm Wild enemies. If you craft and equip a Totem of Return and then you die, you'll respawn in your bed and the totem will be destroyed. So this totem is huge in reducing your risk in Expert mode. Next, there are 3 trophies that you can earn in Expert mode for defeating Stormwild brutes and having a level 10 village in each of the Grasslands, Dry Valley, and Frostlands biomes. I can only imagine how tough it is to defeat the Stormwild brutes, and on hard mode, you definitely deserve a trophy. A few other changes were squeezed into the 30.10 update, including wolves learning to swim. Yeah, that's kind of scary. Fewer skeletons spawning in the villages, I'll vote for that one. And my favorite, the farm animals will do a better job at avoiding the campfires. Thankfully, I have my farm animals set to respawn upon death, but I've seen my sheep die a fiery death many times. Also, if you've been waiting for your favorite Fortnite skin to be converted to Lego mode, there are 122 newly added Lego style skins. I can't even imagine that there's that many skins, but I suppose there are. So that's the gist of the latest Lego Fortnite update. It's not a content-centered update, but one that will likely attract new casual players with the cozy mode and give advanced players a fresh and extremely challenging way to play Lego Fortnite with hardcore expert mode. While this is exciting, I do really wish they would add the ability to edit world settings on the fly, so we didn't have to start over every time we wanted to change a setting. So that's it for today's Lego Fortnite video. Please drop a like if you enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see y'all next time.